We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages telling us we need more, whether it's more money, more possessions, or more status. Everywhere we look, we're shown images of people who seem to have it all. The perfect house, the perfect family, the perfect job, and even the perfect life. But is this what true happiness is all about? Imagine a world where happiness is measured by the number of followers we have on social media or the number of cars you drive. If that's the case, as long as you don't reach a certain number, we're deemed a failure. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others and feeling inadequate when our numbers don't measure up. Often we are tempted to dwell on the what-ifs and maybes, imagining scenarios where our wishes go unfulfilled, our treasures slip through our fingers, and our dreams fall short of reality. What if, instead of dwelling on the negative, we focused on the present and all the good that surrounds us? How can we learn to be more grateful for what we have and less obsessed with what we want? Truth be told, success is not about numbers, it's about living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Recent studies have shown that beyond a certain point, more money and more possessions don't lead to more happiness. In fact, people who live a minimalist lifestyle often report higher levels of contentment and satisfaction than those who constantly strive for more. So what is it that these minimalist individuals know that the rest of us don't? This video takes a deep dive into the wonders of contentment with less, uncovering how it can open the door to a life of liberation and tranquility. It explores how embracing a minimalist mindset can shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing us to see the richness in simplicity and appreciate the beauty in the bare essentials. It's a journey of self-discovery where we learn to let go of the unnecessary and embrace the present, leading to a more carefree and fulfilled life. Embracing a minimalist mindset all comes down to perspective. By simplifying our lives, we're able to focus on what's truly important and free ourselves from the constant cycle of wanting more. This doesn't mean that we need to give up all of our possessions or live a life of poverty, but it does mean being mindful of what we truly need and letting go of what doesn't serve us. Imagine a cluttered room filled with possessions that you've accumulated over the years, but no longer use or need. Now imagine that same room, but with only the essentials: a comfortable bed, a cozy chair, a few books, and a few sentimental items. The difference is striking, isn't it? The first room feels heavy and oppressive, while the second one feels light and airy. The same goes for our lives. When we're surrounded by unnecessary possessions, thoughts, what-ifs, and maybes, we feel weighed down and stressed. But when we strip away the excess, we feel free and fulfilled. By decluttering our physical spaces and getting rid of things that we no longer need or use, not only helps us to feel more organized, but it also helps us to let go of emotional baggage that we may have been holding on to. Studies have shown that a cluttered environment can lead to increased stress and anxiety. So by decluttering, we're not only creating a more pleasant living space, but we're also creating a more peaceful state of mind. Being mindful of our consumption is another way to simplify our lives. We live in a consumer-driven society where we're constantly being sold the idea that we need more. Being conscious of what we bring into our lives, whether it be physical possessions, thoughts, or emotions, allows us to break free from the cycle of always wanting more. By being conscious of our spending and choosing to buy only what we truly need, we're able to free ourselves from the constant cycle of wanting more. This doesn't mean that we should never treat ourselves or indulge in luxuries. But it does mean being mindful of our purchases and making sure that they align with our values and priorities. When we simplify our lives and let go of things that don't serve us, we're able to focus on what truly brings us joy and contentment into our lives. This doesn't mean that we'll never want or desire more, but it does mean that we'll be content and happy with what we have, and also be able to appreciate the small things in life, rather than always striving for something bigger and better. More than physical possession, embracing a minimalist mindset can also be traced down to our mental and emotional lives. Letting go of negative thoughts and emotions that don't serve us, and learning to be present in the moment, learning to appreciate what we have rather than constantly focusing on what we don't have, and learning to be content with ourselves rather than constantly striving for perfection. When we simplify our lives and let go of the things that don't serve us, this way we're able to experience true contentment and fulfillment. We're able to appreciate the small things in life and find joy in the present moment. We're able to let go of the constant need for more and find satisfaction in what we already have. But it's not always easy to let go of things that we've become attached to. It can be difficult to let go of possessions that we've held on to for sentimental reasons, or to let go of habits and routines that we've become accustomed to. However, it's important to remember that letting go is not about deprivation. It's about finding a balance and understanding that true happiness and contentment do not come from external possessions or circumstances. It comes from within. Being content with ourselves means learning to accept and love ourselves, flaws and all. It means learning to be kind and compassionate towards ourselves rather than constantly criticizing and judging ourselves. It means learning to appreciate and value ourselves rather than constantly seeking validation from others. While this may sound like a simple concept, it can be a difficult one to put into practice. However, it's important to remember that this process is not a one-time event, it's a continuous journey. It's about constantly reevaluating our priorities and values and making sure that they align with the way we live our lives. It's about being mindful of our actions and choices and making sure that they align with our goals and aspirations. One way to achieve this is by engaging in self-care practices, such as meditation, yoga, or journaling. These practices can help us to connect with ourselves, to understand our thoughts and emotions, and to learn to be kind and compassionate towards ourselves. Another key aspect of being happy with less is learning to appreciate the small things in life. We often get caught up in the constant cycle of wanting more that we forget to appreciate what we already have. For example, taking a moment to enjoy a beautiful sunset, savoring a delicious meal, or feeling the warmth of the sun on our skin. These small moments of pleasure can bring immense joy and satisfaction, and they often go unnoticed in our fast-paced lives. By learning to appreciate the small things in life, we're able to find joy and contentment in the present moment, rather than constantly striving for something more. This mindset shift can help us to find joy in the simple things and see the beauty in the ordinary. It can also help us to be more grateful for what we have, rather than constantly wanting more or living in regret. While embracing a minimalist mindset, we learn to see the world through a different lens, one that is focused on abundance rather than scarcity. We discover that by downsizing our needs, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We care less about gain and loss, and we're less stressed about missing out, and less fearful of change. Having a minimalist mindset means that we learn to appreciate what we have, instead of constantly striving for more. We learn to find joy in the simple things and see the beauty in the ordinary. We learn that true happiness is not found in things, but in the connections we make with others and the memories we create. It's a journey of self-discovery, where we learn that less can truly be more, leading to a more carefree and fulfilled life. Ultimately, embracing a minimalist lifestyle is about embracing a life of simplicity and being content with what we have. It's about cutting ties with the never-ending cycle of wanting more and finding happiness in the present moment. It's about shifting our focus to what truly matters and finding joy in the small things that often go unnoticed. It's about learning to appreciate the beauty of simplicity and living a life free from the burden of material possessions and constant desire for more. It's a journey of self-discovery where we learn that true contentment and happiness can be found in the present moment with what we already have. We hope you found this video helpful. As you continue on your journey towards a happy and fulfilling life, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thank you so much for watching.